It's been a while since I recorded the last preview guide. I mean, it was only uploaded this week, but I actually recorded it over a week ago before I went to the Anime Con last weekend. And when I got back, obviously recovering from a con, still recovering from a cold a little bit, and of course work and Final Fantasy XIV kept me away from preview guides for most of the week. But I'm recording this now as quick as I can to make sure it gets out before the end of the week, so I can let you know what I think of these anime, whether or not they're worth watching or not. It's definitely an episode of big surprises, because there are a lot of shows which I expected to like but didn't, and vice versa. But let me know in the comments what you thought of the shows today. Let me know which shows I've not previewed are worth watching, because there were reasons why I've not previewed some. And join me, because for the last time this season, this is a 2022 autumn anime preview from a different perspective. First up today, we have More Than a Married Couple, But Not Lovers. An anime which, purely from the premise, I was ready to write off the moment I saw it. And you know what? I'm pleasantly surprised it's not as bad as I thought it would be. In fact, more than that, I did actually quite enjoy it. That's not to say that More Than a Married Couple has a complicated storyline. In fact, I go as far as saying it's relatively predictable, especially if it's going in the direction which I think it is, in which case the storyline will be very predictable. See, More Than a Married Couple is an anime about a stupid school premise. This school has an additional class in year 3 in high school, which you must pass in order to graduate. This being the home living school, or whatever they want to call it. I can't remember what they called it in the anime, but basically you are paired with a random character of the opposite sex and forced to cohabit with them for a period of time in order to show that you are able to live a normal life with a partner and move into day-to-day living in Japan. This is clearly one of those fictional, let's fix Japan's declining birth rate anime. Our main character, Jiro, is your basic anime loser. He's a geek, plays nothing but video games, hugely focused on video games, except for his sweetheart, his childhood friend, Shiori. Shiori is a sweet, innocent girl, relatively quiet girl, sits next to him in class, been friends forever. He clearly likes her, and it looks like she potentially likes him as well. And so he's worried that he's going to get paired with somebody else. He just wants to be paired with Shiori so he can live his marital bliss with his childhood sweetheart. He doesn't get paired with Shiori. He gets paired with Akari Watanabe, who is your stereotypical pink-haired, bombastic Gyaru. He clearly been another age of a Gyaru after My Dress-Up Darling, because More Than a Married Couple is weighing in heavily into the Gyaru but cute aspect as well, because Akari, even though she first appears to be your traditional Gyaru, basically brash, hypersexualized, skimpy clothes, going out with friends every day after school, that sort of thing. Once you dig down into her personality and her reality, she's actually pretty sweet and pretty cute, and quite innocent actually as well. Surprised me actually, although again, nothing about this anime really surprised me. See, Akari has also got an interesting love interest as well. She's interested in Minami Tenjin, the blonde bombshell super hunk of a class. And looks like Minami's got an interest in Akari as well, in the same way that she always got an interest in Jiro. Unfortunately, Minami and Shiori also end up as a partnership. And so you got Jiro and Akari, who are both crushing hard over Shiori and Minami, who is also a pair. Now, if you've seen this anime before, then you know where this is going. Clearly this is going to be a case that Jiro wants to be with Shiori, Akari wants to be with Minami. They work together to become the best couple they can be in order to be able to switch partnerships. All the while, we don't really know what Shiori and Minami think of them, or what we think of each other. Jiro and Akari are going to become closer, and they're going to start falling in love with each other. And you're going to left with this annoying premise at the end. Does Jiro stick with Akari, or does he move to his childhood sweetheart, Shiori? Honestly, it's a premise we've seen a lot of time before. Gyaru turned good. This one's got a few twists it could throw at us. I mean, I would love it if Shiori is actually a total bitch. That would be the icing on the cake. Or Minami is just a geek as well, and just loves Shiori. I mean, those are types of twists which I don't expect them to throw at me, but I would love it if they do, since it's an interesting concept. But all in all, this looks to be a predictable, romantic comedy. Gyaru turned good. Geek gets his pixie dream girl, which he wasn't expecting. I'm all for that. It's a show I wasn't expecting to like, but I did. And if you want to watch more than a married couple but not yet lovers, you can find it airing over at Crunchyroll. Unlike the last show, the next show is a show which I pretty much knew I was going to get into when I went into it. Namely because you can't look anywhere online at the moment without seeing Chainsaw Man, the latest popular anime to come from Studio Mappa. This is a relatively violent, supernatural, good guys fighting against demons anime. Only real kicker this time is our main character is also a hybrid demon himself. Again, that's not really a kicker you get in most anime of this nature. Our main character Denji is a loser, out and out, trying to live on the red line. One day he finds himself with a demon who is also pretty much dead. They enter into a sort of pact, and Pachita, the little demon, effectively a little living chainsaw, helps him kill demons. They get pocket change to help him survive, and they pretty much do anything for money. And once you know it, in the first episode he gets double crossed, and he gets basically killed by a huge horde of zombies. Thankfully, Pachita manages to save Denji by merging with him. They're no longer Denji and Pachita, they're now just Denji Pachita, I'll call it. Or, as most people probably know him, Chainsaw Man. He's a guy with a ripcord in his chest, he pulls it, and he basically sprouts a chainsaw in his head and 2 chainsaws for arms. And if you've seen zombies, you've seen chainsaws, you know what's going next. Let it rip. Now, I don't really get too much more into the rest of the anime in episode 1, but you can probably tell where this is going. He joins a crowd of demon hunters with his new superpowers, and fights demons, only with him being pretty much a demon himself. We'll see where it goes. I probably won't, since it's not an anime for me, although this is going to be a really popular anime which is going to be liked by a lot of people. It's not my type of anime. I do recommend it if you like action shows, if you like normal anime, unlike me. You can find this one airing over at Crunchyroll. Next up today, we've got an anime which, other than the cute girls on picture, I had no idea about going into it. I knew it was an anime called Love Flops, and it was airing on High Dive, but that's pretty much all I knew. And this anime is completely shameless. A main character, Asahi, who has a weird obsession with bananas, wakes up, goes to school early, and is told that he's going to have interesting encounters with loads of bizarre things. And one by one, throughout the day, those predictions come true. First up is a corner girl. As he's running to school, he literally crashes into a cute glasses girl with twin tails, running around the corner with toast in her mouth. The traditional anime stereotype. They end up colliding. He does end up leaving with an extra tissue in his pocket. That's not a tissue. Let's just say she feels a little bit breezy for the rest of the day. Next up, he finally manages to run to a train and gets on the train. Brilliant. He gets there. The train's completely empty because it's so early, no one else is there. Until this other girl walks into a train, very tired, very sleepy, and just sits next to him for some reason. I mean, she's a hottie. She's a cute, green-haired young adult wearing a Chinese dress and just very attractive. But because she's so sleepy, she then ends up just dozing off, literally running onto him, so much so he's having trouble getting off at his stop. He manages to pry himself free, but in doing so, she falls on top of him. You know, I mentioned earlier why you had no pratfalls? This one would do a pratfall. Literally, pratfall, hands, yeah. You know where they end up. She wakes up and starts attacking. That's probably the worst part of the episode for me so far. And so he manages to escape that situation, leaving the station, gets down the stairs, no problems, don't know what the problem with the stairs was, until another girl falls down the stairs and falls on top of him. Okay, that's 3 unfortunate encounters on the way to school. This time the girl lands on top of him, literally crotch plants into his face. Turns around, looks at his crotch, and there's a ginormous banana sticking up from it. He's got himself a little banana packed lunch in a little banana carrying case in his pocket. And of course the way he falls, suddenly the banana goes like that. And yeah, very blatantly obvious slapstick. And she does that, she slaps a stick, or what she thinks is a stick. Thankfully it's just a banana, although she just kind of crushes the banana a bit. And so that's 3 encounters. But the recycling robot doesn't avoid the girl. The 4th girl, the cute red-headed American, Amelia, somehow has managed to have her bra nicked by this robot. How a robot removes a bra and tries to recycle it, I've no idea. It's Sundara redhead, loses a bra, he tries to rescue it, she attacks him for it because he's holding her bra, and yeah, he still ends up with a bra. So now he's got a bra and a pair of panties, so he's doing well for himself this morning. Our final character is Ilya, a not Russian girl from Bulgaria. Is Ilya a boy or a girl? Not sure at the moment. Because this is your androgynous, silver-haired Soviet character it looks to me like she is probably a fit girl, although she could also be a shota. And she ends up getting attacked by a dog. And yes, attacked by a dog, as in a dog trying to, manages to help her escape the dog, but not before being attacked by a dog himself. And once you know it, he gets to school late because everything which has been going on, and 4 of his girls are his new classmates, transfer students into a school. Where's the 5th one? The Chinese girl is his new teacher. She's basically had pratfalls, or flops as you might call them, was the name, love flop, with the 5 new transfer students into a school on their first day. He's sure to be popular. On the missing panties, that goes to the end of the episode, he gets an eyeful as the wind blows in the wrong direction, or the right direction, depending on how you think of Aoi. Now, Love Flops is not going to be a show for everyone. It is absolutely the lowest of the low in terms of premise to promise ratio. This one shows you a lot, literally. There's lots of pratfalls, lots of harem stereotypes and cliches. 100% shameless. But given how shameless it is, there's something endearing about it. I'm probably going to be watching a few more episodes of this one just because it's so ridiculous. I really can't recommend it for most, but I'm not going to rate it as a red either. It's not terrible, which frankly surprised me. It's got real comedy if you like this sort of comedy. So the same way when I recommended Chainsaw Man as a watch, maybe, if you like that type of show, I'm going to do the same here. If you like this type of show, give it a try. It's not a recommendation, but it's not an avoid either. As I said earlier, you can find it airing over at High Dive. Finally today, we have quite possibly the biggest name in anime this season. The last show I'm previewing, and the reason why I covered a preview guide going this far, it's the 2022 remake of the anime classic Urusei Yatsura, or Love the Invader Girl if you want to go by its western name. Our main character, Ataru, is just your basic unlucky Japanese kid, and is picked at random when an invading alien force comes in to represent humanity, and he has 10 days to be their representative in a game of Tig. He has got 10 days to basically grab the girl by the horns, because the alien's representative is Lum, the daughter of a ruler of the invading enemy forces. Now, Lum is literally a serious beauty. Long, flowing, luscious blue hair. Wears nothing but a bikini the entire time. The problem for most people is Lum's personality. Well, Lum is beyond narrow, because long and short of it, he does eventually win the game in the final hour. Lum mistakes what he's talking about as a confession of love and a proposal to Lum, whereas really, he just wants to marry his childhood sweetheart and girlfriend, Shinobu. It's traditional, stereotypical, sitcom, romantic comedy, cliches. Guy likes girl, girl likes guy, another girl likes guy, another girl forces the other girl to be jealous. Hilarity ensues. Except in this one, it's hilarity from the 80s. And hilarity from the 80s doesn't really translate well into 2022, as Lum just comes across as bitchy and aggressive, and Shinobu just comes across as passive aggressive, and Ataru is just a pervert and absolutely no personality other than, oh, look at those titties. Now, Urusei Yatsura is an interesting piece because it is a classic show. And this one has modernised some of the technologies, but it is very much still the same story we got in the 80s. The whole comedy is going to be that Ataru tries to get with Shinobu, Lum gets him away kind of aggressively. Shinobu gets frustrated at Ataru because he's an absolute loser who will look instantly at any pair of breasts which walk by him. Lum takes advantage of it, and Shinobu ends up getting angry at Ataru because of it. Basically, it's hyper-aggressive and passive-aggressive and hugely open pervert. Yeah, this is sounding bad already. The only way I'd watch this anime, more than I already watched the first episode of preview guides, is if the BBC dubbed this one like they dubbed the original series, with Matt Lucas as Ataru. Seriously, try and find out some clips of the BBC dub of Love the Invader Girl. They are hilarious. But if you are interested in watching Urusei Yatsura, this one's airing over at High Dive. That was More Than a Married Couple But Not Lovers, Chainsaw Man, Love Flops, and Urusei Yatsura 2022. Let me know what you thought of them in the comments, and thank you very much for watching my previews this season. I'll be back again in January for more. Until then, you can find me on Twitch. So thanks for watching, have a wonderful day, and bye-bye.